So today we're going to focus on the trinomial of the form x squared plus bx plus c with a leading coefficient of 1. So here is the trick. We need to find two numbers, m and n, such that m plus n equals b and m times n equals c. Let's see the first word example. Let's say that we have x squared plus 5x plus 6. So basically, we need to think about two numbers that add up to 5, which is b, and multiplied up to 6, which is c in this case. So we're going to open two parentheses, and at the beginning of each parenthesis, we're going to put in the variable that we have, in this case, x. So x. That's it. Now, if we think about those two numbers, those numbers could be, for example, positive 2 and positive 3. We have that 2 plus 3 is equals to 5, and 2 times 3 is equals to positive 6. So that makes sense. We already have the expression factored. And how can we prove that our answer is correct? Well, we can just come back again to the trinomial by just distributing this. Let's see. X times x must be x squared. Then x times 3 would be positive 3x. 2 times x would be positive 2x. And 2 times positive 3 would be positive 6. And there we are. If we combine like terms, we get x squared plus 5x plus 6, and we are done. Let's see another example. Now we're going to have the trinomial x squared minus 9x plus 8. So the process is basically the same. We're going to open two parentheses, first of all, with x at the beginning, like that. And now let's think about those two numbers that add up to negative 9 and multiply to positive 8. In this case, those two numbers could be negative 1 and negative 8. Negative 1 minus 8 would be negative 9, and negative 1 times negative 8 is positive 8. And we are done. Let's see the last one. Now using the variable y. Y squared minus y minus 12 equals, we open two parentheses again, with, in this case, y at the beginning. That's our variable. And now let's see which two numbers add to negative 1 and multiply to negative 12. In this case, positive 3 and negative 4 will work. Positive 3 minus 4 is negative 1, which is our b, and positive 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, which is our c. And we have finished. Here you have two practice problems so that you can try them and see if you get the right answer. Of course, here you have both answers so you can compare your results. So every time you have the trinomial in the form x squared plus bx plus c, in order to factorize it, think about this. Two numbers that multiply to c and add to b. Like, for example, in the case of x squared minus 3x minus 10. Remember, we always open two parentheses for our factored form and put the variable at the beginning. And those two numbers here that add to b, in this case negative 3 and multiply to c, which is negative 10, would be negative 5 and positive 2. Negative 5 times positive 2 must be negative 10, and negative 5 plus 2 must be negative 3. And of course, you can check your answer by coming back to your trinomial by distributing here this factored expression. So x times x is x squared, x times positive 2, positive 2x, x negative 5 times x would be negative 5x, and negative 5 times positive 2 would be negative 10. And if we combine like terms, 2x minus 5x, that's negative 3x, and we keep the constant negative 10 at the end, and here you have